Okay, here we go. This is 3.1 lines and angles for geometry. I went ahead and typed up all these definitions for you so you guys didn't have to look at my awful handwriting on here. So we're just going to go ahead and look at some examples. So parallel lines. I'm sure you guys all know what parallel lines are. Parallel lines are coplanar lines that do not intersect. Okay, and so there's a bunch of examples of parallel lines here. You'd have lines AD and BC. Those are parallel. You could also have BF and AE. Those would be parallel. Okay. Anyone that you want to write down is fine. Even, here's a tricky one. How about DF? Imagine this one here and BF. You might be saying, based on the definition, they certainly look like parallel lines. We know that they never intersect, but it says coplanar. So you might say, well, these don't show a plane. However, if you can imagine like a sheet of paper cutting through this thing at a diagonal, then it would be on a plane. Okay, so that one's a little tricky, but I think for the most part, I think you guys should be able to recognize parallel lines. I'm just going to put one down as an example. I'm going to do this on here. EH is parallel with, and I'm going to use this symbol, that means parallel with FG, line FG. Okay? Alright, moving on. Skew lines. I'm going to go ahead and erase this. Skew lines are non-coplanar lines that are not parallel and do not intersect. So a good example of that would be line AD and BF. Okay, these are not parallel and these will never intersect. Okay, so this would be AD, line AD, and BF. Those would be good examples of skew lines. All right. Okay, moving on. Parallel planes. Oops. Parallel planes are planes that do not intersect. Okay, so right here, this plane, I'll label it with 3 points. So plane DAB, that's referring to this plane up top, is parallel to this plane on the bottom, and I'll label it with these 3 points here. Parallel with plane HEF. Okay? Because if we can imagine these planes extending on forever, they would still never intersect. All right? Okay, here's one that you might not have heard of. A transversal is a line that intersects two or more coplanar lines. Okay, so in this figure over here, this line right here is the transversal. Okay, and that's something we're just going to have to be able to learn and recognize what that is for these next types of angles that we have here. Okay. Okay, so alternate interior angles are non-adjacent interior angles that lie on the opposite sides of the transversal. Okay, so the keys here, I know that sounds kind of like a mouthful, but non-adjacent interior angles. Okay, so let's see here. We're going to imagine this is the interior. Okay, that should be hard. And then out here is the exterior. Okay, I think that should be pretty obvious to look at. Here's the inside and then the outsides. Okay, All right, so let's take a look. Non-adjacent interior angles. So let's see. Adjacent, if we remember, adjacent just means next to each other. So this would be, if we know it's interior angles, we're just looking inside here, and they can't be next to each other. So they're not adjacent, and they're interior. So 2 and 6 would count as interior, non-adjacent. Okay, so angles 2 and angles 6. Those would be a pair of alternate interior angles. Okay, what would be the other one then? 3 and 7. 3 plus angle 7. Okay? All right. Even easier to recognize would be same side interior. Okay? So this is on the same side of the transversal. This is the transversal right here. Okay? So it's on the same side of it. So this one's pretty obvious if we can recognize what the transversal is and where the interior is. Then this would be 2 and 3. Right? It's on the same side of this transversal line. Okay, so angle 2 plus angle 3. And what would the other ones be? Hopefully you can recognize that. Also 7 and 6. 7 and angle 6 would also be same side interiors because they are on the same side and they're both on the interior. Okay? All right, probably the trickiest one for students is this one here, the corresponding angles. Okay? And I think one reason this is a tricky one for students is because they use corresponding in the definition. Okay? But angles that lie on the same side of the transversal in corresponding positions. So a corresponding angle would be on the same is on the same side of the transversal, but one is on the interior and one is on the exterior. Okay, so that would be like 1 and 3. Okay, so let's go ahead and write that one down. Let's see, corresponding angles. Let's see, put that right here. We have angle 1 plus angle 3. What else could we have here? Remember, one is on the inside or the interior, one is on the exterior. So 2 and 4. Angle 2 plus angle 4. Is that it? No, because we could also go on the other side of the transversal and we say 8 and 6. Again, we got one interior, one interior, one exterior. Okay, so there's another set. Angle 8 plus angle 6. And last one, hopefully you can see this. We're going to have one interior and one exterior. So that would have to be angle 7 and 5. Okay. As a matter of fact, why don't we add a little secondary definition here, okay? Okay, there you go. Why don't you jot this down in your margin? This is typically the one that confuses students, so write this down. So with corresponding angles, one angle will be on the interior and the other will be in the exterior, but on the same side of the transversal. Okay, hopefully that's clear. All right, and then the last one we have for today is alternate exterior angles. Okay, alternate exterior angles are not adjacent exterior angles that lie on the opposite sides of the transversal. Okay, so that, if we look back up here, we go ahead and erase a little bit here. So again, this is the interior, and here is the exterior, and again out here would also be exterior. Okay, so non-adjacent exterior angles that lie on the opposite sides of the transversal. So if I were looking at angle 1, that's on the exterior, and then it is on the opposite side of the transversal, so that would be angle 5. Okay, what else would be a an alternate exterior angle? How about 4 and 8? Okay, so there we go. That finishes them out. We have angle 1 plus angle 5 and angles 8, plus angle 4. Okay, that's pretty much all we have for notes this week. I'm going to make a second video just going through some examples here on some figures here. So go ahead and watch that video before you start working on the practice problems. All right.